Hey, what it do, sports world? It's me again. The Winner Circle podcast with me, Ray Diggs, is here, y'all. Where passion meets performance and champions are made. I'm your host, Ray Diggs, bringing you the energy, the insight, and the mindset from across the world of sports. From the locker rooms to the big stage, this is where the real ones talk and legends rise, and the motto stays the same. Winners will always win. The Winner Circle podcast with me, Ray Diggs. We are here and we ain't going nowhere. Make sure y'all tune in because we're about to go live now. Peace. Hey, what it do, world? Welcome to the Winner Circle podcast. Hey, listen, man, I want to talk about Deshaun Watson versus Sheduer Sanders. Who would be the Cleveland Browns starting quarterback at the beginning of the season? Before I get started, man, make sure I hit the like button, the subscribe button, and also the share button. And make sure y'all give me your feedback on what you all think about this segment. Now, this segment is not going to be long, but I just want to say this. I've been saying for the last 2 months that I think Deshaun Watson will be the Cleveland Browns starting quarterback. Why did I say that? Because I got faith in Deshaun Watson than I got in Sheduer Sanders. I think that Deshaun Watson has proven that he can be an NFL quarterback while Sheduer Sanders haven't. Yes, Sheduer Sanders only been in the league or this is going to be his second year. But when I look at Sheduer Sanders, I just look at a person that was brought up in his daddy's offense. He was brought up in his father's offense. Okay, so what do that mean to me? That means that hold on, I'm sorry, y'all. He was brought up in an offense that was tailored by his father. He played for his dad in high school. He played for his dad in college. I mean, from high school all the way through college, playing for one coach, one offense. I think when I look at Deshaun Watson, I think Deshaun Watson is a better when it from head to shoulder, from head to toe quarterback. I think Deshaun Watson is a better quarterback than Sheduer Sanders. I think if you give him the offensive line, you give him the weapons, I think he will ultimately be the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. Now, do Sheduer Sanders have a fan bag? I look at Sheduer Sanders just like I look at Angel Reese. I think that both of them is just liked by the fans. And I think that when you look at talent, their talent don't match the hype that people put on them. Like when I look at Angel Reese, I think she's just a basic basketball player. Honestly, I think that she's a basketball player that hadn't gotten no better in her 3 years in the WNBA. Same thing. I look at Sheduer Sanders. I don't think he's going to be better than he was last season. When I looked at him in the little mini camp, he was looking sloppy, while Deshaun Watson was looking crisp. And I think that honestly, when I look at Deshaun Watson in this situation here, I honestly feel like Deshaun Watson is going to be hungry this year. Deshaun Watson heard what everybody had to say about him last season. Deshaun Watson heard all the people bashing him. And I think that this season, Deshaun Watson is going to come out here and he's going to prove himself to a lot of people. And if the Cleveland Browns don't start him, I think that he can go somewhere else, and possibly be a starter there. Because when I look at Deshaun Watson, man, Deshaun Watson really is still a young quarterback. He ain't old. It seemed like he's old because he had to sit out for 2 years and going through his situation. But in the end, Deshaun Watson is really still a young quarterback. And I honestly feel like, when I look at Deshaun Watson, I've been a Deshaun Watson fan for a long time. I started comparing him. I'm not saying he's on Patrick Mahomes level, but I think that he was a hell of a quarterback. Deshaun Watson is only 30 years old. He's a 30-year-old quarterback. So, I mean, when I look at him, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, man, Deshaun Watson still have a lot more football to play. And I honestly feel like he have the inside track to being the Cleveland Browns starting quarterback. And I think that this year we're going to actually see a quarterback battle between Deshaun Watson and Sheduer Sanders. See, last season, the media was able to push the narrative. Oh, yeah, Sheduer Sanders is so much better than Dylan Gabriel. He was so much better than Joe Flacco. I think that this season right here, as a young quarterback, and you can't pretty much use the race thing this time because Deshaun Watson is a black quarterback as well. See, that's what the Sheduer Sanders fans was gonna use. Oh, he don't get a chance because he's not a white quarterback. Well, Deshaun Watson is a black quarterback. Sheduer Sanders is a black quarterback. We're gonna see two black quarterbacks go head to head, and whichever made the best man start. Hopefully they give both of these quarterbacks a fair opportunity. But I think if you give both of these quarterbacks a fair opportunity, I'm the one with Deshaun Watson to be the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns in September when they start that first game. I'm looking forward to that. Now, Dylan Gabriel, he's going to most likely be the third string quarterback. I think Sheduer will be the second string. And I think that this right here is a real quarterback battle where the fans won't be able to pretty much say, oh, Dylan Gabriel is nowhere near. They know that Deshaun Watson is just as talented. He's a very talented quarterback. He got a big arm. He can throw. He can run. He can do it all. Had a couple of bad years. Could be, declining, or it also could be they wouldn't put the weapons around him. But this is the year. I think that Deshaun Watson is going to reinvent himself to the NFL. I got faith in him. I hope he do. But if I had to pick, I think that Deshaun Watson will be the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. And I just want to say this right here to Shiloh Sanders. Shiloh Sanders, man, I'm gonna tell y'all something. One thing this is the one thing about the Sanders, man, the Deion Sanders family, man, is that they hate when you criticize his kid. They hate when you criticize them. Every star football player got criticized. And to be real with you, when I look back at Shiloh, let's go back to South Carolina when Shiloh was at South Carolina. Do y'all know that Shiloh was on the bench at South Carolina? He couldn't even get on the field as a cornerback or safety until he went to Jackson State, and then playing up under his father, he got on the field. And I'm not saying he had the best career; he had a pretty good career. And then at Colorado, he was just regular basic. He was just a basic safety. He wasn't nothing to pretty much how jump out of your seat about. He was just a basic safety. He was a big hitter, but he could not guard. He couldn't guard nothing. He couldn't guard a tight end. He couldn't guard a wide receiver. He couldn't guard a running back. He honestly was a lot of breakdowns in the Colorado Buffaloes off the defense. I mean, in their defense secondary was normally because of him. Because he couldn't guard nobody. That's the reason why when he got to Colorado, they put him at safety. Because he couldn't play cornerback. So when I look at Shiloh, man, Shiloh is a very talented guy. When it comes down to everything else, he just ain't really that talented on the football field. He's very funny. He's very likable. I like him. When you want to go and you want to talk about analysts, beat writers, reporters, you got to remember, like, your brother ain't the only one that's getting criticized. Your brother ain't the only one that's getting talked about. If you got a name, you're gonna get talked about. They're gonna talk down on you. I feel like the Sanders family want everybody to say everything good about them. Yeah, they didn't say everything good about Deion Sanders, but he went out there on the field and he made everything work, so you didn't have a choice but to talk good about it. But when it comes down to Shiloh, I mean Sheduer, I'm talking about they don't want you to say nothing bad about it. But y'all let me know what y'all think. And like I said before, I think Deshaun Watson is going to be the starting quarterback. But Shiloh, I will say this right here. I know that your football career is probably over with unless you're going to go to the CFL or the UFL or something like that. I don't think Shiloh is going to play another down in the NFL. And I think that it's honestly it's because Shiloh is talented at a lot of things. He's just not really that talented on the football field. He's just not that talented on the football field. And like I said, a lot of people might disagree with me, but I watched a lot of shit. I've been watching Shiloh ever since he was in high school, just like I've been watching Sheduer. And I applaud Sheduer. Sheduer got better over the years. He was, when I saw him in high school, I said, man, Sheduer, I don't know. But then in college, he got better. But I never once said that, oh man, Sheduer Sanders is going to be a hell of a NFL quarterback. And I might be wrong. I've been wrong before. But I don't think I'm wrong. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Real talk, big dogs. But yeah, man, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Like I said before, we're gonna continue to monitor this situation between Deshaun Watson and Sheduer Sanders as they get ready to head into the mini camp. As y'all know, mini camp is like in June, so we'll have a better understanding on what, you know, who's gonna be the front runner heading into July, August, September. And then we'll know, like, okay, first preseason game, who's they gonna run out there for the Cleveland Browns? I think it's gonna be Deshaun Watson. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Until next time, man, y'all have a great night. Have a great weekend. Y'all be safe. Let's be great today, people. Peace.
Mr. Diggs, we're on in 5. Vegas can't be choosers, but grandma chose Trace. She raised me on scraps.